few months ago.
Earlier tonight, 8 News reporter Nate Eaton filed this report.
Within the past few weeks, the price of lumber across the country and here in Virginia has skyrocketed. In fact, in some cases, it's gone up 30 to 50%. And while it may hurt your pocketbook, those in the industry hope this is only temporary.
Tonight, the UVA community gathered to celebrate Yardley Love.
And 8 News reporter Nate Eaton brings us the story from Charlottesville.
The UVA amphitheater was packed with thousands of students tonight who took a break from studying for finals to attend a vigil. It was all in remembrance of Yardley Love, the feeling one of sadness but hope for the future.
It's been tough.
Why you look so sad?
It's been difficult. It hasn't been easy.
Tears are in your eyes.
Through tears, music, and the spoken word, the University of Virginia community pays tribute to 22-year-old Yardley Love.
Yardley Love accomplished much in her too brief life. She earned the respect of those around her, her classmates, her faculty mentors, her coaches, the sisters in her sorority, her roommates, certainly her family.
The lacrosse player was found dead in her apartment Monday. Her ex-boyfriend, 22-year-old George Hughley, is accused of murdering her. Tonight, speakers appealed to women in abusive situations to get help and asked everyone to be more kind to others. Yardley was a fourth-year student at UVA who should have been taking final exams this week.
As fourth years, we are devastated and deeply saddened to have lost a classmate so close to our graduation day.
After a moment of silence and a song, students quietly left the amphitheater, bound to never forget Yardley Love. The fourth-year class president said when graduation is held in a few weeks, there will be an empty seat there meant just for Yardley. Now, before tonight's vigil, the university president and other officials held a news conference to discuss this week's events. 8 News anchor Carrie O'Brien continues our team coverage.
And Twitter. 8 News reporter Nate Eaton explains.
Today, as crews responded to the suspicious packages, an employee here on the scene was sending information here to police headquarters. A public information officer was then sending out that same information on Facebook and Twitter. At the same time, people all over Richmond are receiving these messages instantly.
Immediately. Tonight, 8 News gets unprecedented access as the Richmond Police Narcotics Unit conducts an undercover sting operation.
8 News reporter Nate Eaton joins us live now with this exclusive investigation. Nate?
Juan, last year almost 2,300 people were arrested for drug-related activities. That averages out to almost 6 people per day, or 1 person every 4 hours. A lot of those arrests happen in neighborhoods just like this one. Well, police say those numbers are too high, and they are working to stop the illegal activity. Richmond City, a typical afternoon. In this neighborhood, kids play ball, folks relax on the porch, families enjoy the sunshine. But beneath this calm setting is a big problem. Is this area known for high drug use?
Yes.
We see a lot of it.
They know about the drug that they've had in the neighborhood.
They got a business. They got a business.
These are the streets, the parks, the corners drug dealers and users take to every single day. They're out in the dark of night and in broad daylight. No matter the weather, these guys don't care.
Drug dealers bring the traffic into these areas.
Richmond police know all too well about the drug problem. Last year, 2,253 people were arrested for dealing or possessing drugs. Already this year, 829 have been busted.
It's always going to be there.
To combat the problem, narcotics officers have been conducting major stings.
They're going to be right here where this Corvette's parked at.
Like this one.
We set out undercover police officers to sell narcotics to the to users.
Those undercover cops look the part, act the part, and are ready to sell cocaine to whoever wants it.
All right, go ahead, deploy. Go ahead, get out and get them done.
Officers take to this corner, and immediately many in the neighborhood know something's up as they're used to regular dealers. Still, that won't deter the addict from getting his fix.
We'll see if that urge outweighs the knowledge of who's supposed to be here and who's not supposed to be there.
Within time, officers get a hit. Watch closely as this man in the white shirt walks up. After a quick conversation, money and drugs are exchanged and the deal goes down. Within seconds, another officer pulls out handcuffs and the suspect is arrested.
And if they are arrested in these areas, maybe that will keep them out of the area, which will in turn would keep the dealers out the area, because if there's no demand, then the supply goes away.
A few minutes later, police nab another alleged buyer who arrives as a passenger in this Volvo. When he doesn't return, the driver's concerned, but she quickly learns her friend won't be going home with her. No, he'll leave in a police car. This same operation is done on other corners. Many times, experienced drug dealers and users are suspicious with these new faces, and they have no problem warning others.
Hey, what that guy in that white pickup truck? He look like he coming back to you?
Yeah, he came, but while he was getting out the truck and walking to us, those two guys that came must have said something to him.
Richmond police say they do these operations to crack down on drugs. This helps folks feel safe. Does it make you nervous at all living here, or are you kind of...
Not at all. Not at all.
Why not?
Well, I see an increased police activity.
I think police doing a very good job in this area right here.
And sends a message to dealers and users.
The community sees you, we see you, and eventually we'll catch up to you.
And you know, police rely on the community to catch a lot of drug activity. A lot of times community members, citizens like you and me, will look out our windows, we'll see something suspicious, something not quite right, we'll contact officers, and a lot of cases, those are the big busts. Those are the ones that officers really need. So, of course, if you see any activity like this that concerns you, go ahead and contact officers. They will come out and investigate. Reporting tonight in Richmond, I'm Nate Eaton, 8 News.
Thank you, Nate. 8 News reporter Nate Eaton was at UVA all weekend.
He spoke with the players, coaches, and fans about the emotional game.
It's the biggest challenge the UVA men's lacrosse team has ever faced, but members of that team say they are trying to move forward and lean on one another through this very difficult time.
It's been kind of a whirlwind of emotions. I don't know, when I'll move on or if I'll ever move on.
The UVA men's lacrosse team stoically walks into Klockner Stadium.
I was very ready to get back on the field.
It's the first time the group will play since the death of #1 women's player Yardley Love.
We're real close with the girls through this whole thing. They know that they have our full support.
Noticeably absent is number 11 George Hughley, midfield player, senior, honor roll student, and accused killer.
We've stuck together. I think we've leaned on each other, and we've had great support.
In the midst of a usually rowdy sport, thousands of fans, players, coaches, and others pause to remember Yardley.
Ladies and gentlemen, a moment of silence.
Then the #1 ranked lacrosse team hits the field against Mount St. Mary's and can't be stopped. Goal after goal after goal. The Cavs are on fire and end up crushing the competition 18-4.
It certainly would have been hard to predict that we were capable of putting that kind of performance together based on what practice has been like the last couple days.
But this game is less about scoring, less about winning. It's more about getting back on the field.
And a joy to be playing lacrosse again came together tonight.
And remembering their one love.
She was, one of the best teammates you could imagine. So, you want to kind of carry that through with your own game and your own life.
Tonight at 11, hear more from the men's lacrosse team. And tonight on 8 News at 6 o'clock, hear from the women's team and how they're dealing with this tragedy. Reporting at UVA, Nate Eaton, 8 News.
The UVA women's lacrosse team will play in the second round of the NCAA tournament next Saturday. As Nate Eaton reports, this comes as the team played its first game since Yardley Love was murdered.
This is the first time the UVA women's lacrosse team has taken to the field here at Klockner Stadium. It's an emotional day for all team members. They say they are playing in remembrance of Yardley Love. This team never thought they'd be making this walk to their first tournament game of the season without Yardley Love.
She was a completely unforgettable person. We knew it was going to be hard. We knew it was going to be a struggle.
#1 Love should be here, playing one of the last games of her college career. Instead, teammates, coaches, fans, even the opposing Townsend team remembers her with ribbons, patches, and armbands.
I think wearing the armbands really showed that, we sympathize with what they're going through.
They gave us pins with, there were angels with lacrosse sticks.
Please rise for a moment of silence in honor of Miss Love and her family.
After pausing for Yardley, the team plays a fierce game with Love's mother and little sister watching every second.
I can only imagine how hard it was for them to be there, but at the same time, I'm glad they got to be with everybody.
It was so great to see her. It was so great to see the smile on her face and see her laughing and keeping us strong.
As the game progresses, Cher's popular Believe song blares from the loudspeakers, the phrase, "Do you believe in life after love?" hitting close to home.
That song actually became our favorite team song during the ACCs. It definitely has a different meaning now.
A close game until the last minute. UVA clinches the win 14-12. One team. I think Yardley's pleased with the outcome of today's game.
Oh yeah, she would have loved it.
One heart.
Just so glad that we could pull out the win for her.
One love.
She was with us the entire game, but you could feel the actual love coming from every single person.
Coming up tonight on 8 News at 11, hear more from the women's lacrosse players. Also hear from the men's team, how they've been handling the tragedy over the past 2 weeks. Reporting at UVA, Nate Eaton, 8 News.
UVA's lacrosse teams will play in the second round of the NCAA tournament this weekend. In this 8 News special report, Nate Eaton shows us how both teams are dealing with the murder of a teammate by playing a sport they love.
This is the stadium where both the men's and women's UVA lacrosse teams have played all season long. They've definitely had their challenges here on the field, but nothing more challenging than what happened 2 weeks ago. Both teams faced that challenge head on over the weekend. 2 teams, 2 games, 1 tragedy, 1 love. No other university lacrosse teams have been through what these teams have.
It's just a sad, sad thing.
It's been taking a long time for this community to get over it.
Just a huge hurdle for our team to clear through.
2 weeks ago, #1 senior player Yardley Love was found dead in her apartment. Men's senior player George Hughley is accused of violently murdering her. Now, for the first time since the tragedy, both teams take the field in the NCAA tournament and play for Yardley.
We've been, real close to each other, leaning on each other, and just trying to get through this thing.
For some, this is extra personal. Katie Whiteley was Yardley's roommate and discovered her body hours after she was killed.
I wanted to play especially well just to honor her, and her family was there, so, it meant a lot.
Men's player Ken Clausen was a pallbearer at Yardley's funeral.
Yardley's one of my best friends, and so to be asked to do that meant a whole lot to me.
Both teams know these games will be special. They, the crowd, and the opposing team honor their friend.
Please rise for a moment of silence.
Then play hard, with Yardley's mother and sisters sitting feet away during the women's game.
I just see so much of Yardley in both of them, and seeing them was comforting.
At times, the women's team theme song Believe by Cher comes on. The lyrics, "Do you believe in life after love?" now taking an ironic tone.
To have someone so remarkable, have her last name be Love, has just really demonstrated the kind of person she is.
Wearing ribbons, special jerseys, patches, and armbands given by the opponent.
Wearing the armbands really showed that, we sympathize with what they're going through.
Both teams pull off a victory.
Being out there and playing as a team together, is helping everyone get through this.
It was just really remarkable to see the strength that my team demonstrated.
In games they will never forget.
The joy to be playing lacrosse again came together tonight a little bit for us.
In honor of a player they will never forget. I think Yardley's pleased with the outcome of today's game.
Oh yeah, she would have loved it.
We could feel her, and she was with us the entire game.
Both the men and women's lacrosse teams now advance to the quarterfinals. They both have games this coming weekend. No doubt they will be thinking of Yardley. Reporting at UVA tonight, Nate Eaton, 8 News.
New tonight.
They say the #1 thing you can do to keep items from being stolen from your yard is put them in the shed, lock the shed up, and keep things out of view of potential thieves. That way your lawnmowers, leaf blowers, bicycles, and other tools won't end up disappearing.
Make sure you always. Thousands of Virginians will be hitting the road this Memorial Day weekend. 8 News reporter shows you what you need to know before you travel.
People all across the Richmond metro area are packing up their cars and trucks tonight, getting ready to hit the road on one of the busiest travel weekends of the year. Daniel Vaughn has looked forward to this for a long time.
We have everything from apples to granola bars to chicken.
He's going to the Outer Banks with several friends.
It's definitely going to be very busy,
where they'll spend Memorial Day.
We usually go out and just enjoy the good weather, the beach.
Daniel's among an estimated 941,000 Virginians leaving home this weekend, the vast majority traveling by car.
People are tired of putting off their vacations. They want to get out and start to enjoy themselves.
AAA predicts 7% more people in the Commonwealth will hit the road this Memorial Day compared to a year ago. Part of that rise may be due to the price of fuel.
Gas prices are about 13 to 15 cents cheaper now than they were just a month ago, and they tend to be going down.
Over the next 3 days, Virginia State Police are saturating roads and interstates, and AAA is encouraging everyone to inspect your vehicle before driving. That will help ensure a memorable Memorial Day weekend.
Family and friends being able to get together, that's the best part of it.
Nate Eaton joins us live. He's at the meeting with the very latest. Nate?
Yeah, Carrie, we're here at the Satellite Restaurant on Jeff Davis Highway. A lot of people inside very passionate about this issue. We found one of them. Charles is with us. Charles, you are obviously dressed to make a statement tonight. What are your thoughts about this proposal?
Well, I do not want the jail over here in the 8th District. And I imagine most people wouldn't want it next to their house. Let's put it where the residential, that there's nowhere around the residential. I'd even thought over there where they wanted to put that ball diamond down in Fulton Hill. That's a nice spot you could put it. There's nothing around it. Wouldn't be bothering anybody, and they could get to the court system if they have to when they want to.
You dressed to make a statement tonight with the whole ball and chain, the stripes. Why'd you do it?
Well, it'll get your attention, and it does get people's attention. But this is what you would be in jail. You got a different outfit today compared to what they used to have. But this is my statement that I'm against it. I think that it should be put somewhere else, not over here in Southside.
Okay, Charles, we want to make it clear you are not an inmate. You are a normal citizen here to express your opinion tonight. A lot of people in favor of the proposal as well. They're all inside. Both sides will be discussed. We will bring you the update and the results of this meeting tonight on 8 News following the NBA Finals game. For now,
right now, a community protest against alleged inhumane conditions at the Richmond City Jail. 8 News reporter Nate Eaton is there live at the demonstration. Nate?
Yeah, Juan, we're here at Richmond City Hall. You can see behind me there's about 24 protesters out here. They are trying to send a message to the city of Richmond that they're not happy with conditions at the jail. We're joined here by Jeremy Hawthorne, one of the organizers. Jeremy, why are you all out here tonight?
Well, we're out here to protest the conditions of the city jail that led to the deaths of 2 inmates in the last couple weeks, as well as the verdict handed down in Oakland on the Oscar Grant case. For those who aren't informed, it's the police officer who shot a young man in the back while he was handcuffed, and his sentence just got passed down yesterday, and he got charged with involuntary manslaughter, 2 to 4 years, which I think everyone here thinks is kind of an atrocity.
So you guys are marching tonight from City Hall down to the city jail?
Yes.
Okay, you can see they are leaving City Hall right now, headed down to the jail, hoping to send a message to leaders. We will have more on this protest tonight on 8 News at 6 o'clock. For now, reporting live at Richmond City Hall, I'm Nate Eaton. Back to you.